Hi guys, it's Nancy and I have the new Yana Daisies release. I think you guys are going to love this. It is a better press release. Yes, it is a better press release, but remember you can glimmer these. So let's get right into it. So this one is BP301. This is the Daisy Shower press plate and there is a coordinating stencil. So you want to get the bundle. So it is the better press plate or you can get the bundle. Which will come with the coordinating stencil, which is the best way that I think to get it. So I'll show you that. And then there is a smaller one, which is, let me look up this one for you guys. Hold on a second. This one is called Daisy Trio Press Plate. And again, this is also in a bundle, which is going to have a stencil. There are sentiments as well. And then there is also a 3D embossing folder frame, which I think is pretty neat. So let's get to pressing. Then we will stencil. Then I will go over the sentiments with you guys, which have that wonderful scripty sentiment coordinating dies. And then we'll get into the embossing folder, which is a really cool frame embossing folder. But let's start with the biggest one here. What is cool is it's a background, really large, this one, background embossing folder. You can search Spellbinders under new collections. These are available on the 10th of April unless you are a club member. If you are a club member, you have access to these now. So I had mentioned that under my April club release. You want to join the April club so that you can get access to these now. So we're going to start this one with, let's do the background. Let's make this a really dark background. We're going to go in with our big Better Press plate. Better Press ink, I should say, not plate. And this one, I do have my little handy dandy magnetic plate on the back. Magnetic, yeah. And I just cut a piece of Better Press paper 8.5 by 11 in half, and that is stuck on my paper or on my background with sticky grid, Sizzix sticky grid. And I have all of this linked in the description for you. You can get it from, Amazon or scrapbook.com or wherever. It's linked in the description for you. And I'm really just trying to get this as black as I can get it. As dark as possible here. Really dark background because the flowers are going to be stenciled in, so we want a really dark background. This would look pretty in navy or green, whatever you want. If you remember, Yana's poinsettia background, when she did this, sold out very quickly. So again, another advantage to being a club member is you get early access to this, so you get it before it sells out. Okay, I think that looks pretty good for our dark background. Let's run this through our platinum. Nice and slow, just one pass. Okay, that looks pretty cool. I probably could have did a better job inking it up. The other thing is my sticky grid paper was not big enough. But I don't make large cards. So those of you guys who are larger card makers, you might want to put a bigger piece of sticky grid in the back or put tape on your paper, which is fine. I'm okay with this because I'm going to cut this down and make it a normal A2 size card. So for those of you guys who want to make bigger cards, this is great. If you want to make bigger cards, it's a huge plate. But if you're A2 card, you're going to cut this down. I'm okay with it. I'm not worried about it. Then I'm just going to use, I just use stamp cleaner to clean my background. This would look really pretty glimmered as well for those of you guys who are my Foiling Snobs Club members. You want to do more foiling stuff. These do double duty. They foil as well as Better Press. The other inks that Spellbinders has started to carry is the Fine Clair inks. You can also use those inks. They ink up very nicely for better pressing because they're a pigment ink. Great, great ink to use. All right, so take that off of there. All right, now we're going to do the stenciling part. So I'm going to take this off of here. And there you can see my sticky grade, which left that little outline. So you want to use a bigger piece of sticky grade if you're going to do that. Okay, let's bring in the stencil for this guy. The coordinating stencil for this one is STNB006. You want to use a sticky mat or a media mat or some kind of stencil mat if you're going to do this. I'm just going to tape this down. You can tape it down as well. You do want to be careful because if you are going to be taping down, make sure your paper is a little bigger because this paper is super soft. So it is very delicate, and you want to make sure that whatever part you're taping, you just want to make sure you take some of that stick off of the tape, taping it to your pants or your hand or something like that, just so you don't rip that paper. So we're going to do it like that. And it doesn't really matter what order you stencil in because we're stenciling different parts of the flowers, so you can decide what colors you want to do. Okay, they do number them here, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the bottom left corner. If the camera will pick that up right there. So stencil 1 is pretty easy to see here. That is going to be the stems. And again, you can use any inks of your preference here. You can use VersaFine Clair inks. You can use your Simon Hurley inks. You can use your Distress Oxide inks. You can use your Lisa Horton inks. You can use your Better Press inks. You can use whatever inks you have. I am going to grab my Spellbinders finer brushes to get into these smaller areas. And I think I am going to use the Lisa Horton inks. Because I love the shimmeriness. And I recently just re-inked all of these, so they should be nice and shimmery, and we should get lots of shine. And the pigment ink is really going to be saturated into the paper. Okay, stencil 1 is done. That was Summer Garden. Just be careful. My ink is very juicy, and sometimes that can seep under the stencil, so just be careful. I think we're okay there. Okay, we're going to move on with number 2. There are little notches in the corners of the stencils too, so you can kind of line up where your paper is supposed to be. So, supposed to help out. All right, I'm going to stick with my Lisa Horton inks here. I'm going to grab a lighter yellow. And we're going to grab a blending brush here. We're going to go in with Lemon Candy for this one. Very juicy. And again, just so this video isn't too long, I'm going to pause it and come back. Okay, that's the second layer, and Lemon Candy Shimmer is that one. You can see that one. All right. So the third layer I'm going to do is Sweet Treat, which is another yellow. So we're just repeating the process here. And this is a little bit more of a golden yellow. And you guys get the idea. I'll be back. Okay, let's see what this looks like underneath. Really pretty, really subtle between the two colors, but it's really pretty. And you guys will see what that looks like when we get to the shimmer. Okay, the last layer is going to be the centers of the flowers. Which I think I want to go in with a light green. We're going to use Magic Garden. Very subtle light green. Okay, let's see how this looks. Again, that color was Magic Garden Shimmer. And all of these inks are available at Spellbinders and Scrapbook.com. I'll have the links down below for you guys. Doesn't cost you any extra. Please use my affiliate links so that I can get credit. Doesn't cost you anything extra. Please make sure you click yes to cookies so Spellbinders or Scrapbook knows that I sent you their way. Wait till you guys see how cool this looks when I show you the shimmer. All right, are you ready? I hope the camera can pick it up. Might not. It's a very subtle shimmer with these inks. I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up, but it's very subtle. Just a little slight hint of shimmer with these inks. If you have these inks, you'll know what I'm talking about. Change the angle here. But very cool, very pretty with that. You can really see it in the veining here of this one. It's very evident in the darker colors, more so the lighter colors. And as it dries, you see more of it. I see it more in the stems than anything. See it there? All right, so that's that one. Let's move on to the other one real quick. So same process here. This one is BP299 is the Better Press plate number if you're going to look that up. And Spellbinders loves that impossible sticky tape. Okay, so let's bring our plate in. Right, this one I think I'm going to go in with, so this is a smaller plate. This is an A2 plate. So if you don't want to do the bigger cards, you don't have to. I'm going to use that same half sheet of paper. But I think for the background on this, I'm going to use this Magic Garden shimmer background. So this will have a green background. Actually, no. I'm going to change that. I changed my mind. I'm going to do a blue background. Let's clean this up. Let's do a sky background. Let's do opal blush. This might be a little too dark. And there you can see I re-inked it. Some spots are a little darker than others. This might be a little too inky in some spots. Oh yeah, I got in my cracks and crevices there. We'll have to see how that affects the print. Might be too inky. I was taking a blending brush and kind of blending. Hopefully that gets the ink distributed out of those spots there. Okay, see how that looks. Okay, not too bad. Same process. Really pretty. Okay, and we're going to grab tape here, tape this down, and stencil this. And these are also numbered at the bottom. This one starts with the centers, and just because I have the inks on the table here, I'm going to use the same color inks. Of course, daisies come in a lot of different colors, so you can make them your own. Come on, tape. All right, so I'm going to use the green. This is a really juicy ink pad. Okay. This one's a little too juicy, this one. Okay. Okay, there's number 1 for that one. You know, it reminds me of when we were kids and they would say, you know, paint or color inside the lines. All we have to do is line the stencils up and color inside the lines. It doesn't get any easier than that, you guys. Color inside the lines. So again, I'm going to start with the lemon candy. And you can do this with markers, you know, like I said, any kind of inks. You can color with color pencils. You don't have to do this with inks. You can go in and color this in with color pencils and markers as well. I just find it too faster to do this with blending brushes and inks. But whatever medium you choose to do. You can use your Better Press inks too. Okay, and then this is the last one, which looks like if you just wanted to add like a shadow. Yeah, I think this is if you wanted to add a shadow and darken some of these up. Which I'm actually going to just leave this alone because of us putting that blue background on there. You're not going to see that anyway, so I'm not even going to mess with this one right now. Could do like a little bit of orange on there if I wanted to add that. So that's what that is. If you wanted to do like maybe add a little extra shimmer on there, or if you wanted to darken those up, maybe put some orange tips on there, darken them up, you could do that. But I'm not going to do that. We're just going to leave them alone the way they are. I'm pretty happy with that. Let me show you what this one looks like. See a little bit more shimmer come out in this one, I think. Because again, the darker colors show more of that shimmer. It's just, I think, too, on how juicy your ink is, too. Okay, so that's that one. And then the sentiments. So those are the two plates. I want to show you guys the sentiments. So let me roll those through. And the embossing folder. Really, really pretty. And again, you can do these in a number of different colors. So let me do the embossing folder and the sentiments, and that'll be the Daisy collection from Yana Smakula. New April 10th is the official release date, but again, if you are a club member, you get early release and you get a slight discount on the release if you are a club member. So I will be right back, guys. Okay, guys, I have better pressed out the sentiments and I used the 3D embossing folder. I cut this plate out and did the 3D embossing folder. You can see here it is the deboss side of the frame. But that is really cool if you just use even just the frame and put a sentiment in there. But I thought it looked really pretty with the flowers. And there you can see now that this is starting to dry with how much shimmer is in there. Really pretty. So the embossing folder is E3D130. It is A2 size. You can see that, how beautiful that came out. Love that. So that plate is BP299. And then the bundle, I don't think you can buy the stencils alone. Let me give you the bundle. It is Daisy Trio press plates from the Yana Daisies collection is BP299. The bundle is BD0946 if you want the bundle. Okay. And then the larger one is BP 301. And if you want the bundle, this is called Daisy Shower Better Press Plate. And again, the bundle, if you want the bundle with the stencil, it is called Daisy Shower Better Press Plate and Stencil Bundle. That is BD0959. So bundle BD0959 if you want the bundle. And then the better press plates, I want to show you guys this, the sentiments. The 3D embossing folder is E3D130 for the embossing folder. The sentiments are BP298. I will read those to you. It does come with the sentiments and the dies to cut them out. I didn't do this one, which is Dear Friend, and then Thinking of You. Those are the only two I didn't press out. And then remember, when you put them on your better press plate, you want to do them parallel so there are no speed bumps when you go through. But they say, missing you, just a note, crafty hugs, hello, sending love and hugs, and happy birthday. So, and then again, the two that I didn't do are thinking of you and Dear Friend. And Dear Friend is the only one that does not have a die. Everything else has a die, but that's so small you can press that out or just very simply cut that out. But everything else has a die, and that's BP 298. Those are the Yana daisies sentiments that come with this collection. So wonderful collection. Love it. If you are a club member, you can take advantage of these now. If you are not a club member, you'll have to wait until April 10th. So hopefully you had fun watching me press these out. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you're interested in shopping and you're a club member, go ahead and start shopping down below. If you're not, you'll have to wait until April 10th. Don't forget, if you are a club member, you get a 10% discount. All the more reason to become a club member. If you're not a club member, check out my club member video. You can start signing up for the clubs right now, and then you can take advantage of this release before it sells out. Thanks for watching, guys. If you had fun, give me a thumbs up, and please consider clicking the button and subscribing to my channel. I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.